So over here, right now in the lovely city of Harare in Zimbabwe, it's a sunny winter day. Sun is out. The guns were out, but I decided to put a shirt on because I don't want to make you guys feel insecure. So the point of this video is stubbornness. For a long time, I was called stubborn by my family, by my closest friends. I was like, hey, Takura, you're so stubborn. You never change your mind. You never stop doing what you're doing. And in my defense at the time, it always ended up good, like always. I always denied it. I was always like, I'm not stubborn. Because if someone calls you stubborn, you're not going to be like, yeah, I'm stubborn. You're going to change it. Or you're going to at least try to defend yourself. So I realized through some self-analysis, through some introspection, that I am indeed stubborn. In fact, I'm probably one of the most stubborn people you meet. My closest friends, they can attest to this. It takes a lot to change my mind. But also through this introspection, I realized that stubbornness isn't necessarily a good or bad trait. Like many traits that one can have, stubbornness is neutral. Whether it's good or bad depends on the context that it's used. Because the harsh reality is, you're only stubborn if you obtain an undesirable result. Let's say you're stubborn and you're doing something in the gym and you're not growing muscle, then people will say you're stubborn, right? But if you're doing some exercise that no one has ever seen, you're putting your hands through your thigh and you're putting like this, people at first will call you stubborn. But if they see that you're gaining muscle, then they'll say that you're a visionary. If you're stubborn and you persist in something that ends in a positive result, a meaningful result, again, you won't be called stubborn. People will say that you have persistence. They'll say that you persevered. They'll say that you're a determined individual. If people have called you stubborn, it isn't necessarily a bad thing. I genuinely think to be stubborn is a trait that is extremely valuable. But it's only valuable when you can learn to let go of your ego and listen to what other people are saying. To actually give the thought that, you know what, maybe this person is right. Maybe this person knows better than me. But where stubbornness will be valuable is when you carry on doing something despite people saying stop doing it, and it ends up working. So with all that being said about how stubbornness can be a good or bad thing, I want you to think about ways in which you can use stubbornness to your advantage. You see, I think that all Africa needs is a handful of individuals in a few countries to be stubborn, to believe that this place can actually be improved. Because if people persist in things that will end up in a good and meaningful result, then a good and meaningful result is inevitable. And the uplifting of this continent is inevitable. Because people call me stubborn because I don't want to leave Zim. But that's because I truly believe that if I do what I'm meant to do on this world, if I fulfill my fullest potential, if I do everything that I need to do, this country will be better. And hey, you don't have to be thinking about a country. You don't have to be thinking about uplifting a certain group of people. You can just be thinking about uplifting yourself. What do you need to persist in to do that? There's probably something that everyone is saying is crazy, that you should stop doing, that you know for a fact will lead to a better outcome. There's probably a path that you need to take that everyone will say that, you know what, you should be taking the conventional route. But then you know that this road not taken is the one better for you. So the sun's setting again. It's about to be time for introspection. So I want you to think about what you need to do, what you need to persist in, what you need to be stubborn about so that you can reach the next level. Because I'm stubborn about what I'm doing now. People will say that if something isn't going your way, you probably should change. How I see it is, what else am I going to do except persist? What else am I going to do besides pushing on, continuing, trying to break the barriers, the boundaries? What else are you doing? Because is living a mediocre life, living a life like everyone else, is that satisfying you right now? The truth is, it probably isn't. So find something that you can be positively stubborn about, which is actually just called persistence. Find something that you can be persistent about and endure. And I promise you, your life will change. My life hasn't changed just yet. But I know for a fact, with the vision that I have in my head, with the things that I know are coming in the future, that this will turn out to be a great thing.